Hi, my name is Katie Homan. I'm the owner of Home and Rehab, but today I'm here to share my story with you about what I've been doing in my own rehab program. So, about a year ago, I started having kind of this nagging shoulder pain in my left shoulder. Now, I'm right-handed, so I do just about everything with my dominant arm, and so in the beginning it just felt more kind of like a weakness and kind of annoying. It got to be towards the end of summer, early fall last year that it really started bothering me on a very consistent basis. It no longer felt unstable. It more was just like pain and started to lock up. I ended up going to two different orthopedic doctors in the fall, and I was diagnosed with frozen shoulder. Now, for anyone that's ever had frozen shoulder, it is one of the most painful things that you can deal with. I've had two major hip surgeries, and getting through that and the recovery process was a cakewalk as compared to dealing with frozen shoulder. It was really at its worst around Christmas holiday. I went up to New York to visit my sister, and I did not sleep through the night, a single night that I was there. I was waking up five, six, seven times a night. I couldn't get comfortable. I would wake up because I rolled over onto my shoulder, and it would, have this jarring pain that would, stop me in my tracks and wake me up. And I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was functioning as like a zombie during the day because I had very little sleep at night. I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't put a shirt on over my head. I had to modify how I was getting dressed. I couldn't put on a seatbelt using my left arm. I couldn't reach, across my body and pull it over me. I couldn't put a jacket on unless I put my left arm first in there. I couldn't lift my kids up. I couldn't lift anything heavy, like if I was cooking or doing something like that. I couldn't even lift my arm to get a shirt off of a hanger in the closet. I mean, it was to the point where it was affecting my daily life almost every second of the day. It was horrible. It was horrible. I ended up getting referred to a pain management doctor. And the doctor wanted me, and this was probably early 2020, and the doctor wanted me to do an injection under fluoroscopy, meaning that I would be going underneath like an imaging machine, and then they would be able to figure out exactly where to put the injection into my shoulder to help alleviate the pain. So I was scheduled for this in, I think it was mid-March, and then of course COVID-19 happened and all elective procedures were canceled. So I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise for me, and I really started working on therapy more consistently. And I gotta say, it's I'm here all the time, and I know and I see what amazing things our staff does for patients, but I didn't really make myself a priority. And so I was seeing the therapist every once in a while, but not super regularly because I wasn't putting myself and my health first. And so once that injection got canceled, I really felt like I need to do something about this. I've got to get this taken care of. And I started consistently seeing a therapist in our office 2 to 3 times a week. And before I knew it, I was better. I'm able to, well, first of all, I'm a graduate of our rehab program. When I first came in and like mid-treatment, I was lifting my arm in a very weird pattern. So I wasn't lifting it like my right arm, okay, straight up and down. I was lifting it like really compensating, and I couldn't get it nearly all the way up. Well, now I can lift it up, very little compensation. I can get it behind my head. I can get it behind my back, which was the biggest thing that was really hard for me, was the rotation. Super excited that I can lift my kids up again. I can do anything I need to in regard to like dressing and like, putting away clothes in my closet, cooking, like everything that I enjoy, I'm able to do again. I'm able to push my kids on the swing. That was one thing I was having a really hard time with, was, activities like that and playing with my younger kids. So I'm super thankful to all the therapists that I worked with here at Home and Rehab, because they they got me back to where I needed to be. I'm able to sleep through the night and am functioning like I feel like a normal person again, which is huge. If my life had to have continued on the path that it was 6 months ago, I would still be miserable. And I feel like I can really, really resonate with the patients that we have now that come in with frozen shoulder issues, because it's one of the worst things I've ever experienced. But it's so nice to finally be at the end of that tunnel and to, you know, be in a place where that's all behind me, because it really was. It was a really difficult thing to deal with for me in my life. And so I'm happy to have had the opportunity to work with such a great team and get back to where I needed to be. So if you're suffering in the same way that I am, please reach out to us. Our passion, our mission is to help people in this community so that you're not having to live with pain. You're not having to, wake up multiple times in the middle of the night and suffer through each day because something is bothering you. So please reach out to us. We'd love to help you.